chart today. Okay, that how to use the charts, how to create the graphs, and what exactly the mean of the graph and charts are, and why do we use the charts and all. Okay, so first of all, the graph or the charts, graph or charts. Okay, so these are basically used for the visualization. Okay, for the visualization we basically use the graph or the charts. If you use this graph and charts, then what is the purpose of that one? The purpose of this one, that in the graph and charts you can see the summarized report kind of, right? The summarized activity, that what is happening in the business. Okay, for example, if you have a 1 year data, and now if I just want to see that in which month my sales was up, in which month my sales was down, so rather than seeing the raw data, if you just create some kind of a graph where I can see the bar or I can see the trend, so it will help me to recognize very easily that in which year the sales was up, in which year the sales was down, right? Or region wise, in which region my sales is up, in which region my sales is down. So on the basis of that, management can take the decision very easily. So for any of the reason, if the sales is down and before that the sales was up, then what is the reason? So they can easily find the root cause and they can resolve that one to make their business fruitful. So that's why the management is interested to see this graph and charts. Okay. So for the analysis point of view, for the visualization point of view, we basically use this graph and charts. To insert the graph and charts, the shortcut key is basically the Alt IH. This is a shortcut key, but you can also go it from here. If you just click on the insert, you can see this is a chart panel, and here you will see all kind of a charts into this charts panel. So you can create any kind of a chart. Okay, when you just create a chart, so in the chart or in the graph there are multiple elements. Okay, like in any of the graph, like for example, if I just talk about the column chart, so there is a x-axis, there is a y-axis, there is a plot area, there is a chart area, there is a chart title, right? There is a chart border. So there are a lot of the things in graph and charts are. So for that one, I have just created this operation to show you that which area is known as what. So here you can see this is a chart title, this is a data labels which I have demonstrated through this arrow. So you can see the legends, horizontal axis, vertical axis, grid lines and all, right? This one. So now I will show this to you that how to create the graph and how to add the data labels, what is a chart title, each and everything we are just going to see it the practical itself. So here I have this data set where I have the city-wise sales, and now I just want to create a visualization for this. Okay, so simply as I press Alt IH, so it will give me the insert chart wizard. Now in once you just go for this insert chart, here you will be able to see the recommended charts and all charts. So Microsoft Office has been inbuilt the some AI feature through which it, on the basis of your selected data set, it is recommending some charts to you. That on the basis of your data set, you can prepare the column chart, you can prepare the bar chart, pie chart, you can create the funnel chart also, you can create the trend also, like this one. Okay, Pareto chart and all. So these are the chart which AI is recommending to you on the basis of your selected data set. But if you just go in the all charts, you will see all kind of charts which are available into this MS Excel. So you can see the column chart, line, pie chart, bar chart, area, tree map, scatter, waterfall, right? Box and whisker, each and everything you will be able to see. Okay, this one. So here I'm just selecting this column chart and clicking on OK. So once I clicked on OK, the chart is inserted successfully. Okay, and you can see. But always remember, when you are creating any kind of a visualization for the management or for your client, then seeing that visualization, the things must be clear. It's not about that you have created the chart, but from your chart, I'm not getting the clear visibility. Okay, so this kind of a thing should not be happen. If somebody sees your graph or the visualization, then that person must be clear everything from your chart itself. That person do not need to see the raw data. Okay, so you just need to keep focus on this one. You are creating the graph, that is perfectly fine, but the graph should self demonstrate all the pictures of your business. Okay, so like here, if I explain you in this graph, so here the outside line which you are able to see, that is known as a chart border. Okay, this sales, this one which is written in the graph, this is a chart title. If you will hover the cursor, it will also represent. Okay, you can see the chart title. These blue color pillars are known as a series. If I hover the cursor, you can see these are known as a series. These horizontal lines are known as a major grid lines. Okay, if I just show this to you, you can see major grid lines. Okay, this area in which your bar are reflecting, this area is known as a plot area, and outside of this one is known as a chart area. Okay, this axis where you are able to see the city, this axis is known as a horizontal axis, and where you are able to see these figures vertically, these are known as a y-axis or the vertical axis. Okay, so these are basically the chart element. So like I have just created this chart, but in this chart, if somebody asks you, can you please tell me that in the x-axis what you have taken and in the y-axis what you have taken? So the axis labels are not here. So we will add the axis labels. So select the graph, and once you select the graph, you will see this plus sign for the chart element to add or to remove or to change the chart element. So click on this, and you can see all the charts element which are reflecting or which are related to that chart. Okay, it's not about that in each and every chart you will be able to see this x-axis, y-axis, and so on and so forth. No, it depends on the chart. Whatever the charts you have created related to that, you will be able to see the chart element. Okay, so here, if I just want to add the x-axis and y-axis labels, right? So here, if you see the axis, right? And here, if you see, you have a primary axis, vertical axis, right? Axis title. If you see, this is unchecked, right? If you just go for axis title, you can see the primary horizontal axis title and vertical both, right? So if I want to add a both, I can click on this checkbox. You can see the axis title has been added, and I can rename it. I selected this, and I can say in the horizontal, I have taken the city, and in the vertical, I have taken the sales. That's it. So now this is clear that what I have taken on the x-axis, what I have taken on the y-axis. Now, in this, if somebody asks me that, can you tell me that what sales has been done for the Bangalore city or the Pune city? So I can't tell them the exact figure as of now. Seeing the y-axis, I can make the comparison. Okay, Pune bar is somewhere is here, so which is nearby the 8 lakh. So somewhere by the 8 lakh, the sales has been done. I can tell them the approximate figure or the nearby figure, right? But exact figure, I will not be able to tell through this graph. So if you want to show the exact figure, so we have to add that exact figure, and which is known as a data labels. So if you just click on this plus sign chart element, you can see the data labels. Once you check these data labels, so here you will be able to see that it is added over here, and you can see the exact amount or exact sales amount, right? You can see in the Pune, this is the sales. In the Bangalore, this is the sales, right? correct? Earlier when this data labels was not added, see, if this is not added, and if I ask you, can you tell me that in the Pune and Bangalore, if you see the bar for the Pune and Bangalore, which is close one, right? So if you see, so you can say, okay, there is a somewhere the little bit difference in Pune and Bangalore, but if you are adding the data labels, can you see the exact is what? Somewhere around the 15, right? The difference you can see, correct? The 15,000 difference. So somewhere around this one. So this is what? This is the difference one, right? So that's what always we refer that we have to add the data labels. So data labels will demonstrate to you the exact figure. Okay. Now, these exact figures position, it means the data labels position, you can change it also. Like if you just click on this arrow, you can see center and inside base data call out, right? If you just go for data call out, so along with this city name, you can see the sales figure, right? This one. Now, if you see, I do not want this horizontal grid lines, so I can remove that. So click on this plus sign and uncheck this grid lines here. So now you can see your graph is more clear than earlier. Now, if you see, the Pune and Bangalore figures are here, but if you will have the large figure into your sales data, so it will get collapse. So in the real scenario, we do not show this whole figure like 8 lakh 50,000 35,000 and so on. We just go for the data conversion, like we show into the millions, billions, or in thousands or something like that. So if you want to change the display unit, so what you can do is just click on this y axis, do the right click, go into the format access, and it will open this wizard access options, and here you will see the display unit. So click on this drop down and you can see in which unit you want to display. So if I just select, for example, if I select this 1 lakh, so you can see my all the figures has been divided by the 1 lakh, and you can see this one, right? If I just go for example, the millions, so you can see the millions divided by 10 lakh, right? So you can select the unit from here, right? So if I selected the 1 lakh for an example, so you can see it is showing to you, right? And now the question can come into your mind that, okay, I have just converted this one, which is absolutely fine, but but here we have the large decimal volume, right? You can see the decimal figures. So we can handle these decimal figures also, because we are not going to see show you the 5 or 6 decimal points, right? Minimum one or maximum two decimal, right? So I can click on any data labels, any of the data labels, then do the right click on data labels, format data labels, and here you will see the number category. Okay, under this label options, you see the number category. Expand this from the general, you have to select the number, and here you can see the number decimal 2, and you can see all your data labels has been converted into 2 decimal points. Okay, if you want to show the 1 decimal point, just type it here as a 1, so it will show the 1 decimal point. Look, if you want to show the round figure, just make it as a 0. You can see, right? So minimum 1 and maximum 2 decimal we show in the graph. Okay.
Anup, I have a question.
Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
See, instead of data labels, like whenever I'm placing my cursor at the highest point of that blue thing, the number has to be displaced. It will it be possible?
Will it be possible? What?
Matlab, instead of displaying all the data tables, whenever I am moving my cursor,
Hmm.
uh, over that sales region, we have that blue color box, right? If I'm placing my cursor at the highest point, then
Hmm.
the sales number has to be displayed.
No, on hovering the cursor, it will not. It
Oh,
okay. So it is what? Like here, for example, if I'm hovering the cursor, okay, so you can see it is giving you this value. Can you see this one? Right?
yeah.
On hovering the cursor, you will be able to see this one. Okay, which is kind of a tool tip. This one. On hovering the cursor, you will be able to see like this. On hovering the cursor, it will not show you like the 6.95 or whatever. This one. Clear? Okay. Now here you can also change this title also. Okay, like default it has taken this sales, which is basically your column header, but you can change it. Like you can say sales in year 2023 or something like that. Okay, you can change that one also. Okay, now here you have created everything, which is absolutely fine. Now you can perform the formatting as well. So for example, in this plot area, okay, in this plot area which I have selected, do the right click, format plot area. I said fill. You can fill any of the color. Okay, if you just go for the gradient fill, you can see the gradient fill, right? If you want to go for the solid fill, you can see the solid fill and you can select the color from here. Okay, but if you want to fill any picture or the texture, so I can just go for the picture or the textures and I can select any of the texture from here, which is are predefined. That is a papyrus color, water droplets, white marble, sands, canvas, fish fossil. So I can select any of the texture from here. Okay. Or if you want to insert your image or your company logo in the background, so you can click on the insert and you can browse that image. Okay. Now here I have just given this papyrus color, and now if I just want to increase or the decrease the transparency of the color, so here you can see the transparency option. The transparency you will increase, the color will be the light. If you see I'm increasing the transparency, you can see the color is getting light. If you decrease this transparency, the color will be dark. See, so you can adjust the transparency of texture or any of the image or your color. Okay. Now similarly, if in the chart area, as I selected the chart area, and here for in the format chart area, I can also go for the picture or the texture. And now suppose here I just want to fill the some different texture like this water droplets. So you can see, so where you are able to see this water droplets, that is known as your chart area, and where you can see this papyrus color, so this is known as your plot area. Okay. Now similarly, if you want to go for the border, like here if you want to increase the border thickness or the color, so here you can see the border here, and in this border I can just go for this like solid line, and I say the line color should be the amber color, and I can increase the width. Okay, the thickness of the border, you can see as I'm just increasing the thickness, you can see this one like 2.5 I did. So you can see the 2.5 orange color border, the thickness of this one. Okay. So here you can see this visualization is created now. Okay. This one. So in this way, you will be able to create this kind of a visualization, and you can adjust this graph and you can keep that one. So now your graph is completely ready and I am able to see all the things from your graph. And you can format the chart title also. Okay, like I selected this chart title and I just want to fill the some color in the background, then text color is white, I said. So like in this way I can fill the chart title as well. Okay, so you can perform the formatting. Okay, this one. And here When I have just converted into the lakhs, you can see it's multiplied by 1 lakh. It is showing the display unit. Okay. If you do not want to show this display unit like this 1 lakh, so when you have changed this format access display unit, here you have this option show display unit label on the chart. If you uncheck that one, that will get removed. If you check this one, it will come back. So now this graph is created, and through this graph you are able to see all the things into the more described manner. Okay. Now the second chart is the pie chart.
Chintu, I have a note.
Hmm.
Can you show us how to change the class interval?
How to change this?
Class interval. Like
Here,
we have 2
do the
lakhs, 4 lakhs.
do the right click, go into this format access, and can you see the major and the minor?
Yeah, yeah.
This one. From here you can change this one, class interval.
Mm.
Now we have this pie chart. So basically pie chart we use for the percentage. Percentage is what? If I just want to show my data into the percentage, but what exactly this percentage represent? So this percentage actually represent the contribution. So whenever you have to show your data for the contribution, so in that case you should use this pie chart. For an example, suppose there are a 6 team in your organization. Okay, there are 6 sales team. And they have done these sales in the individual month. Okay, like in the October month they have done this kind of a sales. Okay, or for example in the November month they have done this kind of a sales. Okay, now if I ask you, can you tell me that what percentage of the sales contribution has done by each and every team? Okay, so what I will do, I will select my data, create the graph, and I'm just creating this column chart, sorry, pie chart. In this pie chart, you can see this one. And here in the horizontal, you can see the team 1, team 2, team 3. These are basically the legends, which represents your individual slice. Like this color showing the team 1, this color is showing the team 2, this color showing the team 3, this color team 4, this color team 5, this color team 6. Okay, so these are basically showing the individual slices. So if you just click on this plus sign chart element, can you see the pie chart related elements are only these one, right? When we have created the column chart, there were a lot of the chart elements, and I have told you every time you will not be able to see all those kind of a chart elements. It represents what kind of a charts you have created. So now here, if you do not want to show these legends, you can click on this box, uncheck this one, and that will go away. If you check this one, and for example, if you want to keep the position, change this one, you can click on this arrow and you can keep anywhere, wherever you want. Okay, so I do not want, I'm keeping this unchecked, the legends. Here, in the background, I want to fill the some color. So I will just go with this format chart area, and I will just fill the some color in the fill, picture or textures. And here I have filled the some color in the background. Okay, I want to go with the border. I say the solid line. I will increase the thickness here, this one. Okay, now I just want to show the contribution, right? So the contribution, if you want to show, add the data labels. Once I added these data labels, are you able to see these all these value into the percentage?
No.
No.
Only
It is showing what?
values.
The values, right? So we have to convert these values into the percentage. So I can click on any of the values, it means the labels, then do the right click